This week on S.L.A.M, we talk sex and freaknik with the man who's been teaching human sexuality for close to 2 decades.
It was a melting pot of intellectualism, social activism, just really brotherhood and sisterhood. It was like everything.
My brother, my therapist, my mentor, Dr. Christopher Bass of Clark Atlanta University, gives advice to his younger self and talks about the power of sex.
There's an exchange of chemicals so big and so deep and so profound that you have the ability to create life, but you also have the ability to share things like psychological disorders and things of that nature.
Be sure to subscribe and listen to the next episode of Sex, Love, and the Misunderstanding. Peace and love, it's Dr. Tiy-E. Welcome to another episode of S.L.A.M, Sex, Love, and Misunderstanding. It's the barbershop. It's the barbershop where men can come and just have open, candid conversation about life. It's where we come and talk about real issues pertaining to sex, love, and the misunderstanding about relationships. It's where men can come and understand it's a safe haven for brothers. We can come and be ourselves. We're not trying to put on a pretense. It's just, again, it's a man cave beyond men caves. That's what it is, a man cave beyond men caves. So with that being said, got a very, very special brother today. But before I go into the introduction, we got to give him the introduction into the One Love environment. Because, you know, One Love counseling services is my practice. We got to give him the One Love. So we got to do two things to make sure he's properly inducted. You know, is that the word? Inducted into the One Love, Wall of Fame. So first we're going to start off with, last time we did one pull-up. This time I'm going to challenge his brother to one push-up, right? So to make sure he right, because there's lions in this cave, no hyenas. So I'm going to do one push-up, my brother. Then I'm going to ask you, if you follow me, I thought you was going to do it with the stick in your hand.
Oh, no, I could have. All right, let's go.
Right, okay, right. So I'm going to do the introduction push-up. There we go. Lord, you got to come over here, brother. You got to come over here so she can get you on camera.
I already did 10 now.
All right, I saw that.
You saw that 10?
It was quick.
That was a quick 10.
Bam. Woo, he's sexy with it, too. Sexy with it. Oh, you doing 2? Now you're showing out. So now that you've completed that part, all right, now I gotta see what you really made out of. That was the easy part. Now I gotta see what you made out of.
See what I can do with this.
Right.
And you brought out the white too.
Woo. Now this is what separates men from boys.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, sir. Set that there. Here's to One Love.
One Love. That was good.
You can see he's a professional. He went right. Oh God, he went right with it. Oh gosh.
Seconds on that.
No, there's no seconds.
No seconds.
No seconds.
See how we do.
Because I got to make sure you can talk. Oh gosh. All right. So now let me properly introduce my brother. Dr. Christopher Bass, the man, the myth, the reality. Known his brother, almost 30 years. Just an amazing brother. Author, professor, father, husband. Just a man amongst men. Just a good brother. He's devoted his life to humanity, being part of the solution, not the problem. I remember I saw the clipping of when the police arrested you back in the day because he was protesting. Had him on the ground, handcuffed. Oh man, he's always stood for the people. So Professor of the Year. How many years?
15.
15 years at Clark Atlanta University. 15 years in a row. Just an amazing brother. With that being said, welcome, Dr. Christopher Bass, people.
Hey.
Show us some love. My brother. And today is a special edition because we're representing our fraternities today. As you can see, an esteemed member of Alpha Phi Alpha. Yes, I don't hold that against them. That's the only thing we probably don't have in common is the fraternity, but we did join one particular fraternity together. And that's the Masonic order. So he brought me actually I admitted to his lodge. So again, just brothers sharing the same light, and we respect each other. And it's important that the viewers understand that just because we're part of different fraternities, we're still part of the same family. Different fraternities, same family. So just respect that. Divine Nine, understand that.
Yes.
We may have different colors, but same family. With that being said,
yes, sir.
We're gonna get this pool game started. But before we get the pool game started, we gotta ask you the question.
Okay.
Of the balls on the table, which ball best defines you and your views on life? While you doing that, let me go grab my stick.
It would have to be, for me, the number one ball.
The one ball.
The one ball.
Because it's black and gold.
Well, not just because it's black and gold, but that's a good. I like that.
Okay.
The reason I chose the one is because when you look at the numbers on the thing, you have one that should typically go in first, but the 8 should go in last, right? So if you put both balls together, they're still black and gold.
What?
So you start with the gold, you end with the black.
Interesting. Interesting perspective.
What would yours be, sir?
Well,
you got the whole blue table right here, so the world is yours, right?
Well, no. Well, see why I put that number first, right?
Okay, 7.
7. Because 7 represents God. The 7 letter of the alphabet is G. Everything about me is God made, God peace, God love. So 7 for me is that symbolism of what everything is God. Because there's so many. The dichotomy here is it's a melting pot. But somebody has to take a lead, and for me, I like the one, like you said, because it represents the start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that 7 kind of it gives clarity to why we're all here, and why we're all here is God. You know, so.
That's dope.
Yeah, I just made that up, people. That was from him.
I was about to say that was pretty good. I was about to say the maroons. I can see the maroons. I thought you were gonna tie that to the brothers in Jamaica. In the mountains, right?
Wow. That's cold. That's cold with it.
Okay.
That's cold with it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that 7 though.
Then that's 7. And it happens to be my line number, so you know, I was a 7.
And I was a 1, so.
There you have it again. There you have it again.
Yes, sir.
So, while I'm breaking, I want you to ponder on this question. There's 5 P's. Now, mind you, we're here to discuss sex, love, and the misunderstanding about relationships. And there's so much as black men that I feel like we're just misunderstood. And it's not even a thought, it is. We're misunderstood. We're misdiagnosed, you know, and society feel like they know us. And women especially. I know all men are the same, and we're not.
No.
No different than you black and gold, I'm blue and white. Just one example of that. We're different. The way we rest, the way we interact, the way we eat, the way we, walk, the way we talk, we're different. True. And respecting those differences. But a woman would quick to say, all men are the same. But I'm different than any other woman you would ever meet. How does that make sense? So I came up with the 5 P's that I feel, for me, and I want to see how that applies to your life, and you put it in order that makes sense.
Okay.
So those P's are peace, prioritization, prosperity, purpose, and my favorite, pussy. Okay. So let me know while I break. Put those P's in order and see how they work for you. Ooh, I thought that A was about to go in. Whoa! But shimmying. If that A would have rolled in, it would have been over.
It would have been over.
Because the first time I've ever done it, that would have been the first time.
I would have been excited about it.
That A would have rolled out, I'd have to leave. Because I was like, God, this is too much for me right now. So, what do you think about the P's, the 5 P's?
I love the idea of the P's, man. And you know, reading the P's before, it made me think about it before you even asked the question. So, in order, I would go peace first, then purpose. Because if we don't know why we're here, there's no goal in our relationship, then we're going to fall. So, peace, purpose, then I have to do prioritization. You know, because we have to make each other a priority. And then from there, it would be pussy. And then it would be the last one, which is prosperity. Because I believe if you have all of those, then you're going to have prosperity.
Facts. I'm trying to understand why that pussy is number 4. Because pussy make everything better.
Pussy does make everything better. But there is no pussy without peace.
That's facts. Facts. I respect that. I respect that.
Turbulent pussy though.
Yes.
That ain't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, because what Cat Williams said, he's like, he didn't use the word crazy, dysfunctional. He said dysfunctional women have the best pussy.
Well, there you go.
He said he's toxic. He's toxic.
Toxic. Okay.
He said toxic. Okay. And you know, because we're in the barbershop, the cold word on the street is the women who are most crazy have the best pussy. Mm-hmm. Is that
I have heard that. There's research on that.
And I have lived that, empirically speaking. The real cool, calm-natured women is like, okay, yeah, Mm-hmm. But the women who like something right, she's like, motherfucker, I'm here. I'm here. I'm about to turn you out because they got something to prove.
Okay.
Because up here it ain't wrapped too tight. So it's like, so if you ever find a woman who's calm and sweet and just nice, and she's a freak, that's a beautiful combination.
It's a unicorn.
That's a unicorn, yes. Because usually if she got the good and that mucho guante, she gonna have something ain't gonna be right. She gonna bring a whole lot of disturbance to your system. Because the balance. But the woman who's balanced, she's typically more conservative in the bedroom. That's my observation. What are your thoughts about that?
I like that. I need to do some more data.
Some empirical research?
Yeah, I need to do some more empirical research. There has to be some craziness out here. Some peaceful unicorns out here.
Yes, that part.
Yeah.
That part. 13 inside.
I hear you.
So you're from DC.
I'm from DC.
Chocolate City.
Chocolate City.
And
used to be chocolate.
Yeah.
Used to be brown chocolate.
Yeah,
milk chocolate.
Now what is it?
Now it's white chocolate. It's white chocolate big time now.
Okay. But and I've teased you constantly saying that you're from the suburbs of DC. And you've corrected me constantly saying that's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a suburb of DC.
No.
Explain it to the people.
Okay. First of all, DC is a 10 by 10 mile city. Okay. There is no suburbs in DC. Now, of course, you have different places like Maryland is a state. Okay. Right? We can't call Maryland a suburb of DC. Then we have Virginia right there. Virginia, we can't call a suburb of DC. Okay. Because it's their own states and their own cities. In those states, DC sits alone. Okay. So I'm from DC. Okay. Marion Barry, DC. Marion Barry gave me my first job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For those who don't know, that's Mayor Barry. No, he was a very interesting brother. Make sure you do your research. But go ahead.
Yeah. Marion Barry, he gave me my first job.
Okay.
And I'm from 6R Northwest. So if you've ever been to Howard University, which most of us have been, yes, come right down the street, all the way down, and that's my neighborhood. Okay. That's where I grew up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So the record's clear. There's no suburbs of DC.
There's no such thing as suburbs of DC.
Okay. So I can't use that joke anymore. You've been telling me that for 30 years, but I still feel like there's a suburb. But you said people confuse Maryland, the outskirts of DC, with DC, and that's not DC.
That's not DC. So they've even talked about DMV, which is a new tagline now, and that's just bringing everybody together.
DC,
Maryland, and Virginia. Okay. But DC is still DC. Okay. You know, and Maryland is still Maryland.
So it's Milk Chocolate City now. It's not Chocolate City.
Man, I can't even call it milk chocolate no more. It's like white chocolate now. It's so gentrified.
Oh God!
Back home, there was a skating park and a dog park and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And growing up, I ain't seen no white folks.
Wow.
But now, that's all you see.
Do they have the bike lane?
Got the bike lane.
Are they riding the bikes in the middle of the street?
Bike in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that's white folks are there. That means white folks are there.
And my little house done jumped up in terms of how much it's valued at now.
Interesting.
Yeah, so now the house that I grew up in, it's like $1.2 million.
Wow.
Yeah, and we let it go for like $12,000.
Wow.
Because we just didn't have the money back then to keep it.
Wow. So, yeah, well, you know, the powers that be will be the powers that be. So you left Chocolate City.
Yep.
To come to the AU.
Yes, 1988.
1988, and so you are part of the AUC.
Yes, sir.
You are Morehouse man.
No, Clark.
I'm sorry, Clark. Clark Atlanta man. My bad.
That's all right.
You're
Clark. Give you that.
Because I always associate Alpha Phi Alpha with Morehouse.
Why is that?
Because the distinguished coming from Chicago, my first coming from Freaknik back in '92.
Yes, sir.
And so when I came on the yard, I saw a million alphas. Because my first was at Morehouse. I moved with the Morehouse first. So I'm just like, from that point on, I associated Alpha Phi Alpha with Morehouse. I wasn't founded there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know what I'm saying? So that's why every time I think of Alpha, I think of Morehouse.
It makes sense. I mean, because then you got the icon, which was Martin Luther King.
Yes. With
his statue right there.
Yes.
And he was one of the famous, or more famous alphas. So
yes.
It sort of makes sense.
You guys have a lot of them. You have a lot of them. A lot of famous members of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Yes, sir.
Because they didn't know any better.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true. We didn't know no better. But without us, there would be no me.
Facts.
Your daddy, man.
You respect my daddy.
Respect your daddy.
My fault, Daddy. Okay. Big Daddy, I call you Big Daddy or just Daddy.
Wait till I lose these 20 pounds and you gonna call me Little Daddy.
So, AUC, you went to Clark, Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about Clark, Atlanta during that time.
Oh, wow.
Talk to me about Freaknik.
Okay.
Talk about you being one of the pioneers that got Freaknik off the ground. Talk to me about that.
Whew. Okay. When I got to Clark Atlanta University, it was Clark College, just turning into Clark Atlanta University in 1988. That was when the consolidation happened.
In 88?
In 88.
Okay.
Now, if you go back and you look at School Days.
Okay.
School Days, if you look at the movie and you look at behind the scenes, you could see what the Atlanta University Center looked like during that time.
Okay.
It was a lot slower than it is now.
Okay.
The whole idea of Atlanta wasn't this huge metropolis back then. I mean, you could go from one side of the city to the other side of the city just like that.
Okay.
Georgia State wasn't that big back then. But what was really powerful was the unity that we had in the AU Center.
Okay.
Students came from all over the place, all over the world. And it was a melting pot of intellectualism, social activism, just really brotherhood and sisterhood. It was like everything.
Okay.
And because it was everything, man, I'm telling you, there were people who would drop in to the Atlanta University Center to teach.
Okay.
And I mean famous folks
who
would find themselves just walking on the campus teaching and talking. And that's what made it beautiful.
Okay.
In that same time, the DC Metro Club.
DC Metro Club, okay.
DC Metro Club.
Not to be confused with DC Suburban Metro Club.
There's no such thing. But the DC Metro Club decided that it wanted to introduce go-go music to the Atlanta University Center. Okay. So what we started to do was go to different parks.
Like doing the butt? That's
doing the butt, yeah.
Okay, go-go. Okay.
But we started going to different parks playing go-go music. It was a time for people from DC to come together in fellowship. Okay. So other groups started to come and join this fellowship. Wow. And before you knew it, it turned into what you all call Freaknik.
Interesting. Interesting.
But that was the start of it.
Interesting.
Just a gathering of folks.
So you're saying that it started in 88?
It started actually in 87.
87.
The first one started in 87. Okay. And then by 88, 89, it really started to gain its wings.
Okay. Yeah. So when I came for the first time in 92, to see a million people in Piedmont Park, I'm like this, what in the Jesus is going on? Yeah. I mean, it was all peace.
All peace.
Peace. Some of the most beautiful sisters I've ever seen in my life. Gosh. I'm just like, it was like the Black Mardi Gras. Yeah. The sisters flashing. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing? You can meet me I'm at the such and such. And I was thinking, because I came with a couple of my brothers, we were at a hotel off Howell Mill. Okay. Traffic was backed up for like 10 miles. We got on the expressway. 75 North, we got out of our car and just walked up and down the expressway for miles. Because you couldn't move. And it was all fun. People were dancing, had the music blasting. So that was AUC. That was the beginning. That was the love and the joy you saw in that. And how you saw Freaknik come and you saw it go.
I did.
Talk to me about that.
Freaknik coming was exciting. It was sharing of culture, sharing of music, sharing of taste. I mean, after the music, then there was dishes that were brought. Because we wanted to show people, the different cuisines that we had that were germane to DC, like fried chicken and mambo sauce. Mambo sauce was continues to be a DC big thing, right? Okay. So for people down in the South, they had no idea what that type of cuisine was. Okay. So, I mean, for us in the DC culture, we had like seafood is really, really big. We had, of course, the mambo sauce, chicken, and so forth and so on. Okay. So once it started to get big, We started to see an influx of not just students from other HBCUs, but we started seeing folks coming in from, the city of Atlanta.
Yes.
Places like Decatur. And what we now call Where's Greater.
Yes.
And places like South Fulton, which wasn't South Fulton back then, but all over the place. So we started seeing more and more community folks joining in on the festivities. And then it started getting big, because remember, during that time, there were celebrations at Daytona Beach. There was one up in Virginia Beach.
Yes.
So there were times, that was a time where
you had the Bikers Weekend.
The Bikers Weekend, where folks wanted to get together. We wanted to have a spring break experience. But this is what Atlanta was. It was freaking. It got too big. It started creating too much of a chaos, and like you said, the highways were shut down and so forth. And then
but it was only for a weekend. That's what. But I contribute that to being too many of us.
Yeah, I agree.
And because the powers that be already saw what they wanted to take over anyway. And it was like, no, we need to erase this.
True.
So we can still start bringing in the new. Once I started, because the time I'm living on Auburn Avenue. All black. And when I saw them creating the bike lanes, I said, I knew it was coming. And when I saw the dog parks, I said, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So how amazing was it for you to go from a student at the AUC to winning 15 years in a row Professor of the Year? Talk to us about that.
And it was a long journey, and I'm waiting for you.
No, I already shot. One of my balls went in.
Oh, I thought this was your ball.
Yeah, you're right. That went in, so it's your shot. Did I miss my next shot?
Oh, I didn't know. I've been up here waiting for you.
I can shoot if you want me to.
No. It's my time to go ahead and kill the game.
Right. And you have solid, my brother.
Oh yeah. Let me see which one I'm going to do.
Right.
How did it look for me back then, going from this to that? First of all, I wasn't an A student.
You wasn't an A student. You wasn't.
I was not an A student.
All right.
So for me,
corner pocket.
You gonna call out all the?
Yeah. I play properly.
That's proper.
Yeah, I don't play slop.
Okay.
I play.
It's the Chicago stuff.
Come on, brother. I had this shot in this gummy. I'm trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm gonna let you hit your shot.
No, go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
Okay. So, I was not the best student back then. Come on.
Woo, you like that? That was sexy, wasn't it?
That was smooth.
Go ahead. Go. I'm listening.
So today, as a professor, I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. I've done a lot.
For 15 years, dude.
But I'm coming.
For 15 years, how in the hell?
This is what
how many professors on campus? Hundreds.
But
every year. You were Professor of the Year. Are you giving students money? Are you paying? Are you paying tuitions?
I'm getting to that.
Are you baking cakes?
No, I'm not baking cakes. I'm not baking
How
cakes.
the hell? Go ahead.
Real quick.
15 years. Go ahead. 15 years. Go ahead.
Because I wasn't a good student, I'm looking for students who are struggling. Right? So that garnered me the reputation of reaching out and helping people who are not the top 4.0 students. And as you know, the 4.0, the 3.7s are a very small percentage.
Yes.
So the majority of people are up under that. So when they saw me, they saw an advocate. Somebody who would push them, promote them.
Yes.
Even when they didn't have a 3.0. And that's how I became really, really popular. So it was, networking and fellowship and brotherhood and sisterhood inside the classroom and outside. And that's it.
Nice.
But I can't win Professor of the Year anymore.
Why?
Because they took it away. They said that because I've won so many times, they'll name the award after me.
So it's called the Dr. Bass
Christopher K. Bass Service Award.
Wow, beautiful.
I can never win it again.
Beautiful.
But you know what? The problem with that is I can't never win it again.
Because you already won. You got the whole damn award named after you.
But I can't win it no more.
But here's the question people want to know. What did you win? Was it an increase in pay?
No.
Was it a trophy? Was it a gold watch?
No watch.
Was it a new
watch.
car?
No. It was a little plastic award. And the little plastic award, it looked cheap as hell.
Right.
But the idea behind it.
Yes.
And the students who voted behind it, nominated behind it, made that thing worth like a new car.
Did you get a gold-plated classroom?
And I didn't get a not even a gold-plated pencil. But
did they have an assembly in your honor?
No, nothing like that.
okay, because remember the model at Clark is students first. So you exemplified that for 15 years.
True.
Student first. How do you not say, you know what? Today is Dr. Christopher Band's day. How do you not have your own damn day?
Man, it's never going to be that.
Hey, give him his own damn day. Or at least name one of the damn streets after him. Damn it, I'm saying it. See how you get your shit together.
Well, there's a house down there named after him.
Okay, talk to me about that.
Okay, now it's the Dr. Christopher K. Bass Legacy House.
Do you live there?
I do not
Rent
live
free?
there. No, I don't live there. I don't live there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful house for students.
Okay.
It's a rooming house.
Okay.
So there are 4 bedrooms in this house, and each bedroom has its own bathroom.
Okay.
But the beauty in it is they have this big metal plaque. It's on Parsons Street.
Okay.
It's this big metal plaque outside that says, has my likeness and the whole big.
Nice.
And then inside, it's like a museum.
Okay.
So you see all of my travels.
Hold on, go back. So in your likeness, is there a trophy outside with you doing this?
No.
Is that a statue? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was dope.
Okay, that's hot.
So people walk through and they say, oh, that's Dr. Bass's legacy house.
Beautiful.
So while I don't have a street, the house
is house. So Monique, the comedian, spoke on Club Shay. About, not accommodation, what was the word? Accountability. Okay. So if Clark were to come back and say, 15 years, you was professor here, whatever your mortgage is for 15 years, we're going to pay your mortgage for 15 years and to honor you. Would you turn that down?
No. They told me that they would give me a meal plan for a year. I would accept that. Pay for my parking space.
Pay for your parking space. Okay.
Nothing.
So, all right. So beautiful. So we've covered, the life of Dr. Bass to a degree. And you have a twin brother.
I do. Charles.
Shout out to brother Charles. How fun is that to have a twin?
Oh, man, it's the best thing in the world. God couldn't have gave me a better gift.
So, question everyone wants to know.
Yep, we did.
With the same girl.
Okay.
Did y'all confuse them?
That was back in the day.
That's beautiful.
I can't say anything else.
What goes on in the One Love Cave stays in One Love Cave.
Yes, sir.
But I understand because the national people would know. So, because if I had a twin, it'd be over,
brother.
I'd be like, ooh. So beautiful. So thinking of that, let's dive into relationships.
Okay. Your ball.
Yes, it's my turn.
Your shot. Okay.
What groomed you? What was your beginning of relationships? Where'd you get your how-to guide, if any, of how to interact, with women, and where did you learn that from? What's your foundation?
Wow. That's interesting that you say that. My foundation is completely 1,000% honest. Was based on what I saw on TV.
Talk to me about that.
Because what I saw at home wasn't, I can't say it wasn't positive, but
motherfucker.
That's all right. What I can say is that, well, let me tell you what my makeup was.
Okay.
My makeup was, my mom has been with the same woman for about 25 years.
Okay, so your mom is lesbian.
My mom is lesbian.
Okay.
And she and her partner, my other mom, married about 10 years ago. Which was a beautiful thing. But I'd always seen them together since I was about 12. Okay. So that was an understanding of love that most people don't get.
Okay.
My father, on the other hand, has been married 4 times. Okay. So for him, relationship stability.
4 times?
4 times. Relationship stability was not something that I've seen.
Okay.
So it's always been on the man's side that, you go from one situation to the next situation, to the next situation, to the next situation.
Okay.
As long as you are good.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
But on my mom's side, I saw love that was long-standing, but was very controversial. So now what did it create? It created somebody who was interested in understanding love that may not look beautiful all the time. Right. But if you get tired of it, there's a possibility of finding your love. Find it. Okay. Be happy. Be content where you are. Okay. And if not, then find your content place. Okay. So very weird dynamic. Very weird dynamic. Okay. I love that I am an advocate for a lot of different relationships because I've seen a whole lot. Okay. There's nothing that I haven't seen in this world. Okay. Doesn't mean that I participated in it. Okay. But I've seen it all.
Okay.
You know, through my upbringing. So it's really surprising.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love that I was exposed to all of those things.
So being exposed, does that make you prepared for your relationship patterns or relationship interactions throughout your life?
It made me not get worked up when I saw things that didn't look like the storybook.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, you say this all the time. People teach folks how to get married, but they don't teach you how to stay married.
Facts.
Right?
Facts, yes.
So that's one of my Tiy-E quotes. But my thing is, again, a lot of the information that they're teaching us about how to get married is not based on reality.
Facts.
It's not based on anything that's sustaining. It's like when it stops feeling good, that romantic love.
Yes.
When it stops feeling good, then it's like, that ain't love.
Yes.
Right.
It's interesting because I say women, they get married for the wedding. Men get married for the sex. So if the average woman growing up, she's thinking, well, I'm gonna have the most amazing wedding ever.
Right.
Right. Oh, then after the wedding, she's like, now what? Now what?
Now what?
Right. The man is like, ooh, when I great shot.
Thank you.
The man is saying, ooh, when I get married, I'm gonna have free pussy every day for the rest of my life.
Right.
And then at the end of the wedding, both of them still looking like, oh, this isn't what I signed up for. Because the woman's looking like, now what do I do?
Right.
And the man's looking like, oh, we about to get it in every day.
Right.
Every day. And it's just not the reality. So you got married young.
I did.
How old when you got married?
I was 25 when I
25.
got married.
And as you know, the Quran states that you don't begin manhood till you're 40.
Till you're 40.
Until you're 40. Oof. So you got married at 25.
25.
Explain to me what you know now, what young Christopher didn't know at age 25 when he got married. And would you, because you have two wonderful kids, would you advise your son to get married at the same age?
Okay. Wow. That's loaded. First thing is, I was 25, I was young, and I was stupid, and I was immature. So I should not have gotten married at 25. I should not. And that doesn't mean that everybody shouldn't get married at 25. But for me, if I were to tell young Chris what to do, I would say definitely don't get married at 25 because I made a whole lot of mistakes.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when we try to understand our young self, we judge our young self based on what the young person did before certain events, right? So my behavior as a 24, 25-year-old was really a reaction to the crap that went on with me when I was 12, sexually abused. Okay. You know, 11, 10, 9, sexually abused. So there was a whole lot of sex going on for me during that age. Okay. So here I am, right before marriage, before 25, looking to make a man out of me. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I would tell young Chris to slow down. Slow down. Slow down. And that way you won't make the gummy. You won't make the same type of mistakes that I did. Yeah. And what does that mistake look like? The mistakes for me look like you should always put your partner in front of you. Yes. But when you begin to live for your partner's happiness, then it sets you up for disappointment.
Yes. So that goes back to my saying, never sacrifice your happiness to make somebody else happy.
Boom.
And when you start doing that, and because you are Cancer.
I am a Cancer.
And because Cancer is the sign of love, the sign of family.
Right.
Family is always first. Right. You move these cards over so you can get your shot. Okay. So
I gotta get all the way in the middle of the table.
Okay. So your mindset in your relationship has been, hey, I gotta put family first even before me.
That's it.
You saw? So when you start putting family before you and you lose sight of your reality of who you are, then how do you, then that could become, as you know, very dysfunctional, very toxic.
Absolutely.
So now, because you never really dive into you. True. You never find yourself like, you know what? Well, I'm hungry, but let me make sure y'all fed first.
Right.
I need oxygen. Let me make sure y'all can breathe first.
Right.
You know, I need to drive to work, but let me make sure y'all get to work first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're putting people first. So, and now, 28 years into a marriage, and you're like, wow. So what has happened in your dynamics, as far as you, that says, has Chris slowed down, as you said?
Great question. Well, you know, one thing that you just said right there was paramount. You said put the air on everybody else first.
Yes.
And what do they teach us on the plane?
Yes.
On the plane, they say put the oxygen mask on yourself first.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So when you put it on yourself, then you put it on everybody else. Otherwise, you're going to die. I've died. I've died several times throughout this 28 years. And the new version of me that came out every time I was reborn was better.
Okay.
So I've become more sharp. I've become more tolerant.
Okay.
I've become more forgiving, but I've become more easygoing. And that's why peace was my first P.
That part.
I have to have peace. And then we have to go purpose.
Okay.
So what is our role for being here? It's not for me to save you or do therapy with you or save you from your childhood crap.
Yes.
And it's not for me to use you to save myself.
Fact. Okay.
Which is what I was doing before I came into that second reiteration of myself.
That was interesting because with that being said, this modern day woman.
Modern day woman.
Price of pussy, $100.
Okay.
Price of dick, $10.
Right.
Which means she values herself much more than she values you.
Ooh.
So my dad taught me a long time ago, he said, never be fooled by a woman in this regards. She's always going to put herself first before you. And she expects you to put her first. So so you're never first. You're never first because she's gonna and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, because it's up to you as a man to put yourself first.
Right.
Like you said.
That's
So
true.
we can't blame white people saying no, make sure I'm first. You gotta look at yourself, no. Because I say, okay, whatever you need, and you lose sight of what it is that you need and what your desires are.
True.
So now we sit back and now we develop resentment.
Yep.
Because you're not going back to prioritization. You're not prioritizing me. Well, you're not prioritizing yourself.
That's real.
So how can I expect something from you that I'm not giving to myself?
That's good.
So you just like me, we've had to take a step back. I've been in the same place. Like, hold on. You gave me some of the greatest advice ever. This goes back to my marriage, and this was you who said this. I said, brother, I'm not where I need to be in my marriage, but I can't leave my son. And you said to me, if your son has never seen you, then you're not there. And it just clicked. It just clicked instantaneously. When you first said, I was like, shit. Because what parents do, they stay in marriages because of the children. They stay in relationships because of the children. And it's unhealthy.
Right.
You're standing because of the children, and it makes sense in your head. No, because now you're sacrificing your happiness to make someone else happy, and children feed off that. So now, with younger Chris and your daughter, they grow up and they see, well, if mommy and daddy, no different than my life with T2, I see y'all not happy with y'all. So this is why I'm supposed to be with someone that I'm not happy with.
Right.
That's not clicking all soon, because we may love each other.
Oh yeah.
But if we're not compatible.
Come on now.
Then it cancels each other out.
That's
the
true.
check says void. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because you can't process it. So, but as black folk, we focus so much on love, we lose sight of compatibility. So you know what I'm saying? And compatibility, just like our friendship, we can now see each other for months. And we see each other like we just saw each other yesterday.
True.
Because you see what I'm saying? Because the compatibility is there. Because like I enjoy my brother.
Absolutely.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
So how do you get to that point where, like, you want to be this example? We got to use young Chris as an example. I need to be the example for my son. I need to show him, at least tell him, like, hey, son, your dad made some challenges, some mistakes. I don't want you to. So what advice do you give the younger version of yourself? What advice do you give him?
Don't wait until you're too old to begin to die to self.
Okay.
You know, and define what dying to self looks like and what does it mean.
Okay.
If you're dying to self to make yourself a better person, okay, do what you need to do. If you're dying to self to make somebody else a better person, then therein lies a big problem. So I tell him, understand who you are before you get into any relationships. And Chris has been pretty good with that.
Okay.
You know, he knows himself at 22 so much better than I did at 25. You know, just because I'm constantly pouring into him, telling him honestly about my mistakes, what I've done, my backstory, the relationship with the wife, all of that. He understands that. So hopefully he's listening and he'll be better than I am. Yeah.
So at this stage of your life, and married 28 years, and got married at 25, so you've never really enjoyed, and it's something that I want to ask if this is your advice to your mini-me.
Okay.
Do you encourage him to live life by himself first?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Do you say, hey, you know what, go out and enjoy life, go out and get yours,
Right.
go out and experience life? Or do you say, no, get married early, settle down, don't go out there exploring, you know, take off your explorer hat, stay right here. What direction do you send them in?
I would tell them first to be careful.
Okay,
first be careful. Understand what you're trying to do and be honest with not only yourself, but the person who you're dealing with.
Okay.
Right? So don't rush to get into a marriage. Don't rush to get into a relationship.
Okay.
Understand what people bring to you in your life and how will they take you up. At the same time of you taking them up.
Okay.
Right? It can't just be one entity pulling the other one up.
Yes.
But once you found that person who equally pulls you as much as you pull them,
yes,
then you say, okay, maybe we can consider being just the two of us.
Okay, so we're talking about quality of life.
Quality of life.
So your quality of life should do this with the person that you're with.
Absolutely.
So if you're stagnant or doing this, that is not the right person.
That's not the right person.
Absolutely. So, and the only way you understand, this is my thing, because I tell people, you got to practice. So practice means you should be in different relationships. Because again, you hit 25, because my first marriage, I was 25. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
That's right.
I'm just like, okay. And so a year into my marriage, my dad died. It tore my heart up, because I was daddy's, but tore my heart apart. And so my wife was like, well, I understand your dad died, but what about me? I need my husband. I don't even have me right now. I have nothing to give you.
Right.
And she was very, initially very didn't understand what I was going through. She got me self-help books. I don't want no damn book. I needed time to grieve.
Right.
And because she was young, she didn't understand what I was going through. So we ended up getting a divorce because it was just like this. I said, I gotta focus on me. I gotta get me right. But she was so used to this jolly good lucky husband, but I lost myself. So I've always had that sense of self to say, you know what, take care of yourself, self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
You know what I'm saying? I've always had that mindset, like, dude, go fend for yourself, because I grew up watching my mom and dad, who were married for 34 years. I saw so much dysfunctionality in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always back and forth. I saw my dad hit my mom. I saw my mom curse out my dad. I saw them going back and forth. So I was like, this isn't what, I don't want this. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want this. I want some, I saw the good with that, because there was a lot of love.
Right.
But I also saw the bad. And I said, well, you know what? I can't argue. I'm not an arguer. What's your mindset on being in a relationship where you spend more time trying to change someone as opposed to accepting someone?
Brother, that's just a waste of time.
Okay.
You have as one of your purposes or your guiding principles to make somebody even closer to you or agree with you or change who they are. No, that's the biggest hole, that you'll ever experience, because you don't want somebody just like you.
Okay.
Now, similarities do stay together longer than opposites attract. However, you don't want someone exactly like you. So why do you spend your time trying your best to make somebody just like you?
That's what we call slop. That don't count.
That don't count?
That's slop.
How was that?
Because you got to call apart. You wasn't going for that.
I was going for
that. Oh,
God. I was going for that.
That's pure. That's why we call the pocket, you slopper.
He just mad because I'm winning. That's all.
There's no such thing as winning. You either win or lose.
Then you just win or lose.
The game you haven't won. There's no such thing as winning in pool.
I'm winning.
There's no such thing.
Count the balls.
That's not the way you play pool.
Here we go with the Chicago different type. If you're either winning or you're losing.
No, you either win or lose. There's no winning in pool.
Okay,
This is like in the football game. See, that's why you call your shots, people. You call your shots in a fucking game of billiards. You call your shots.
Nobody said anything about calling shots. This is some new stuff that he's trying to create right now because he's losing.
I'm glad you said that. What we have here is 8-ball rules.
What? Oh, you're bringing out certificates. Okay. Let me read this.
The rules of the game, right? And one calls a pocket when they're aiming for it. One just shoots and just aim and hope it goes wherever. We might.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
So now, if this is the syllabus, right?
Right. This is the syllabi.
If that's the syllabi, right?
Yes.
Should not I have gotten that before we started playing?
Well, because I felt like you was my brother.
Right. Go ahead.
And you saw the direction that the game was going, you would have joined in and said, this is the way to do the game. He's calling pockets, so I'm going to automatically, just like we took shots, or we did a push-up earlier,
right, we did,
you know what I'm saying? We followed each other.
True.
So I feel like, you know what, he sees this is the way of the game. But I respect your slop. But... that you are winning right now.
Okay.
In your words.
Those fingers.
Right. But, oh, God. So, let's talk about sex.
Let's go.
How important is sex in a relationship?
Very. Very important in a relationship.
Okay. Talk to me about it.
Most people will say, as you mentioned before, that men marry for sex.
Okay.
And women marry for either the wedding or they marry for the stability associated with the wedding.
Okay.
Right? When you stop having sex or you put your partner on punishment because they didn't do what you wanted them to do, then you don't understand. Oh, did you call that podcast?
Yes, I did. I see it right there.
I didn't hear it.
Because you was talking.
I didn't hear it.
That was a sexy shot, wasn't it? Was that shot sexy?
That shot was sexy.
You see how I slapped that ass? See how I slapped? That was the only ball right there. You see how I slapped that ass? I mean, it was beautiful.
It was slop.
It was so beautiful.
Was that a slop?
It was so beautiful. You stopped.
I stopped. I was like, okay. Now, I recognize the shot. It was sexy. It was sexy. But it was still slop.
It was not slop. Because I was right here. I was like,
look at him create new rules.
I did this. But you didn't pay attention.
Hold on, let me go back to the syllabus.
Yes. Because you were
talking. You could point the stick.
You were talking, so I did this. You know, I screamed. No matter if you talk, I'll be rude. Because one day I ain't gonna teach you to beat you. Because I'm gonna beat your ass anyway.
So are you beating me now?
No. There's no winning or losing until the end of the day.
I was trying to catch you. All right.
In the corner pocket.
All right.
11 in the corner. But go ahead and finish talking.
Go ahead.
No, because I don't want you to get interrupted. Don't pay attention to what's going on right here.
So when it comes down to sex, sex is not just, body slapping together. And that's what people believe. Look at that. People believe that they can turn it on and off. But it's so much more than that. It's a physiological thing.
Okay.
Because we are exchanging. Look how you got it.
Yes,
we
exactly.
are exchanging chemicals. There was this brother by the name of Warren Rhodes.
Okay.
He's out of...
The 6 ball?
The 6 ball.
Okay.
Yeah. In that pocket down there, there's no way I'm going to make this, but that's all right. I'm still going to make a shot.
Get that way. Go ahead.
That's a cheap
Brother
mechanism.
Warren?
Yeah,
okay.
Brother Warren said something very profound. And what he said was, when two people lie down together, there's an exchange of chemicals so big and so deep and so profound.
Okay.
That you have the ability to create life, but you also have the ability to share things like psychological disorders and things of that nature. So grandma used to say a long time ago that if you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas.
Yes, sir.
Right? He put a spin on that. What he suggested or what he found in his research was, if you lay down with somebody with psychological disorders, regardless of sexual orientation,
okay.
I celebrate you, bro.
I appreciate that. Regardless of sexual orientation, go ahead. Thank you.
Regardless of sexual orientation, if you lay down with that person, if they have something going on with them, you may start to develop certain symptoms, not necessarily the disorder that they have, but you'll start to feel and notice some things that come out of you that were not germane to you before you lay down with that person. So here we go. You got to be careful who you lay down with, but understand the importance of sex.
Okay.
Understand what happens in a relationship. When I say relationship, I'm talking about a sex relationship.
Yes.
I'm not talking about just you've been together for a long time.
Yes.
So
I want to get in the middle right there.
Go.
Is this why, which is very interesting, it happened when I was teaching at Clark. I had a sister come to class one day and she says, I'm upset because I caught my man cheating on me.
Okay.
She says, I'm not upset because he had sex with her.
Right.
I'm upset because he kissed her. I said, so the penetration meant nothing to you. She said, well, the kissing is sharing of souls.
There you go. See now.
I said, hold on. So this part right here makes a baby. This part here doesn't. But the connection that people feel that kissing gives them is stronger than what they feel penetration. So people will withdraw themselves from kissing because they say, well, I don't have an emotional connection to you.
Right.
Not knowing it gets no more emotional than this.
True.
This creates a baby, people.
That's true.
For my people who say, I don't kiss, but I fuck,
that's true.
That don't make sense. How do you lay down with somebody you don't trust enough to kiss? That doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
I gotta be all in your mouth. I gotta be kissing on you. Because first of all, there's two types of men.
Go ahead.
Men who love women, men who love pussy. I love women. I got to be into you to get into you.
There you go.
You said, but
Sapiosexual.
Exactly. But say it again.
Sapiosexual.
Explain to people what that means.
Sapiosexual is when you are attracted to how that person feeds you. You know, so it's not just a thing. You have to feel connected to this person.
Yes.
In order to even get aroused when you're around this person.
That part. So that's important. So with that being said, to your point, if you're with someone and and you understand that you're going to embody what they're giving you.
Yes.
That's why with men I'll say, hey, don't be that man just concerned about the pussy. Get to know the woman. Because women observe you. She's getting into you. She wants to know you. The average woman. This new modern day cold woman, it's a front.
It's a front?
It's a front.
Okay.
It's a front.
Okay.
The women who's like, yeah, I can be with a guy, I can have sex with him and leave him and not care. Stop lying to yourself, woman. It's not who you are. You can pretend to be in front of your friends, but most women are built. And if you are, you got to look at how you've been traumatized. Something happened somewhere. Some man, because innately that's not who you are. Men, because I'm under the belief system that polygamy is our nature. Monogamy is against our nature as men, because we're meant to be with more than one woman. That's my belief system, and those who are against it, go kill yourself. Not literally, but figuratively speaking. But the mindset is that if you have, for example, when you look at the Hebrew Israelite community,
go ahead.
And they have what is called divine marriage, and you go into like the soul vegetarian complex to eat, and you meet a sister, she's like, well, yes, I'm one of 3 wives. And she would explain to you what that means in their dynamics. She's like, I know if I'm out here in the streets, my man cheating, why not be with a man I know got another woman? I can identify with this woman. We share the same house.
Okay.
We share the same man. We've been forced into this monogamous dynamics that's more European based than our heritage based. That's my personal belief system. What are your thoughts about that?
I hear you, and I agree with you from the continent.
Yes.
But you called it European. When you look at the Europeans who had money and status, they were allowed to marry multiple people, right? So,
yes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes.
Is monogamy natural? No.
Okay. You say it's not natural.
No.
Okay. 15 in the corner.
No.
Okay. Expound on that. Even though most of the great prophets had many wives. Oh, you say monogamy is not natural. Oh, so you.
I'm agreeing.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I was waiting to see where he was going. Okay.
My bad. It's the damn gummy and the damn and the damn white Hennessy shit. I'm like, huh? Okay, yeah, we're on the same page. So why is that forced? Why is that forced into our communities? Why do you think that is?
Because we have bitten the apple, we have taken the red pill, if you will. We believe we believe in the lie that one person can satisfy all pieces of us.
Okay.
And if that one person can't satisfy all pieces of us,
down.
we need to die to self.
Okay.
And sacrifice our own needs to make that other person feel good. And it's a problem with that.
Okay.
You know, I have issue with it. So if you could afford multiple partners,
okay,
you can afford it, and you can all live in the same house as a unified effort. I don't see any problem with it as long as everybody understands.
As a man,
as
a husband, as a father, what is your greatest strength and what is your greatest weakness? And what I mean by weakness, what keeps you up at night because you wish you were different than? But let's dive into the strength. What is your greatest strength? What do you?
My greatest strength would be my need to protect. You know, my ability to protect.
Yes, sir.
You know, if anything approaches, that's getting shut down real quick. You know, so that's my biggest strength.
Yes.
My biggest weakness is that Cancer piece. You know, you talked about zodiac signs before. And because I'm a Cancer, and you referenced Charles earlier, I'm a twin. I'm used to things taking care of each other. So if I give you a piece of cake, I'm expecting you to give me a glass of milk. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
If I make you a plate, I'm expecting you to make me a plate. So I'm always expecting the same thing that I give, you know, to my family.
Yes.
So my big weakness is that when I don't get what I give, even within that dynamic, I start to have resentment. And the resentment in family doesn't last long.
Yes.
But just to have that initial,
Yeah.
Disappointment. So I open myself up for that disappointment a lot.
So we have what is perceived actions against you versus reality.
Absolutely.
So
not against me.
Right. So what I mean by that is, do you stop and take the time to ask the question? You didn't give me a glass of milk. And the person may say, well, because we ain't got no milk in the refrigerator, but I had already ordered on blah, 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 it's coming within the hour. You follow what I'm saying?
I follow what
So it's one of those things where I had a couple last year, who the wife, the husband came home, and he was pissed off at the wife because she was sitting down eating. And he was like, man, you make me nothing to eat? And it instantly went off. And she was like, baby, look in the oven. The plate is already prepared for you. But his initial thing was, how the hell you sitting up eating? I'm not eating. You follow what I'm saying? But we don't open. First, let me ask you. I know I gave you some cake. Is there milk prepared for me? What are your thoughts on that? Because again, we say if your initial reaction is to, have you saying in your new self? Remember you saying you having these rebirths.
Rebirths.
In our rebirth, have you learned to say, you know what? Let me stop and ask before I assume that you've gone against me. Before I assume that you got the dagger and you're running towards me. Is that a dagger you pulling out? Are you running? Are you coming towards me?
I told you I'm protected. Something coming.
Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I like what you're saying.
Okay.
I think that it's dope. I think that if you are reborn, then you start to ask the same questions that you come to your own conclusions for. I dig that. But what I want in a partner is I want my partner to know me, because again, we're talking about 28 years.
Yes.
I want you to know me well enough that I don't even have to ask you. Because you're not asking me. I'm doing it because I care about you.
Right.
So I want you to do it because you care about me.
Yeah, but see,
But if it doesn't happen, it's not your question.
Right. And because of who you are as a family-oriented man, based off your strategy, based off being a twin, it's instantaneous for you. It's automatic for you.
Right.
I can see you. I see you. Most people have relationship issues that typically you have one person who sees the other person, other person who doesn't see the other person.
That's true.
So if you say, I see you, how do you don't see me? If it's not in me to see you, you're like, but how could you not? This is simple. It's like going to get a glass of water. But innately, if it's not who I am, am I at fault because it's not who I am?
No.
You feel what you feel?
I feel where you're going.
Okay.
I feel where you're going. No, it's not your fault. And I agree with you. Conversation should happen. And if I feel like I'm being slighted immediately, before even going into the reaction, I should say, hey, why didn't you get me, or can you get me, or whatever.
Right, yes. Because my mom, and the reason why I state that, my mom and dad, again, married 34 years, and their argument was, my mom always say, I don't even know who the hell your daddy is. But they were married 34 years. Okay. How you not know this man? But she's like, this is always something. It's always something that she was learning, like, I didn't know, because people evolve. Because again, we're the iPhone 15 right now.
True.
It started iPhone 1.
Right.
So, and that's going back to what we were talking about earlier. If we're not quality of life, and I don't see where we're evolving together. If I'm at a 15 and you at a 5, that's a problem.
True.
Because you like, my damn phone, like it's not keeping a charge. Or I can't download the latest app, blah, blah. And you the 15, like if you just upgrade, get a 15, but the person's content with their 5. Like, I'm happy right here. But it's causing disturbance in the household because my 15 is able to give you what you need. Your 5 can't give me what I need.
That's true. That's true.
So, but if we communicate that, this goes back to compatibility.
Go ahead.
If I communicate that to you and I see you still not getting it over and over and over and over again, it's not that you don't hear me, you don't see me. If you don't see me, what are we doing? You follow what I'm saying?
How long does it take for you to see me?
Right. So we're wrapping it up, brother. Question. We're wrapping it up. Question for you.
Go ahead.
Are black women today the voice for black men?
No.
And the reason why I asked that question, because you see a lot of women speaking on behalf of men. I see this one white woman who says, come to me, let me show you how to date your woman. Let me show you how to do this with your woman. Let me show you. I'm just like, huh? And I've seen sisters do it too. Like they're trying to instruct men on how, no different than my brother Steve Harvey. Act like a man, think like a woman.
No.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on that.
No. Society is confused. And what we are is we're a nation of conformists. So whatever is out there, we're going to conform to say, yeah, that's appropriate.
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yes.
Right? So my concern with that idea is that now the quote-unquote new age black woman is being told that she doesn't need a man, She can do it all by herself. Everything's fine. I have a problem with that. Steve Harvey, act like a man, think like a man, act like a man.
Yeah, act like a man, think like a woman.
I think that was nonsense because it's training somebody or people outside of their nature. Just like I can't speak for gay men. I can't speak to gay men. Even though my mom was gay and I grew up in a gay home, I can't, as a heterosexual man, speak to the gay community and say that I know or I can speak up from them. I can't do it. You know, so the same thing when it comes to women speaking for men. Yes. It just can't work. So I can't speak for women.
Right. We cannot. And if we do, we get scrutinized or we get ridiculed.
Oh my
how dare you? I know what it's like to have a menstrual cycle. I can tell you what you're going through right now. That's how ridiculous that sounds.
Yeah.
When women try to say, let me tell you what men thinking. You don't know what the hell I'm thinking?
No.
Because you're not a man. You're not, and more especially, you're not this man. We grew up in Atlanta during the booming late 90s, early 2000s,
True.
where you can go to a club 7 days a week and it was on and popping. Oh God, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
There was always something going on. And we heard this song constantly. Where all my single ladies at? We need a man for nothing. Got their own cars, got their own homes, make their own money, make some noise. You don't hear that in the Latino clubs, the white clubs, anyone else.
True.
The Asian clubs, but in our clubs where we are promoting not only independence but hyper independence. We're saying, oh, you don't, man, you can do this by yourself. And so now I bring my sister Oprah into the dynamics.
Go ahead, Oprah.
Oprah, what she did was promote it, whether aware or not. What she said was, you don't need a man. Sister, be a boss. Don't be soft, be boss. So now when you meet the average sister, like you said, she comes, I gotta be a boss. I gotta be this, I gotta be this. You lose sight of who you are as a woman. You go on Black Girls Magic, you see millions and millions and millions of posts. You go on Black Family Magic, there's thousands. The black woman's forgotten about the black family. They're choosing gender over family. So now we go back, let's make it deeper. We go back to Hillary Clinton versus Obama. There were sisters lined up to vote on behalf of gender. As opposed, you got this black man who you want your son to emulate. You gotta say, no, I choose gender over family. No other ethnicity is choosing that. But in our dynamics, we are choosing, sisters are choosing. You don't see brothers like, hey man, it's brothers or nothing.
Right.
Sisters like, no, black girls match, black women this, black women this. Like, what about the black family? We're not paying attention to the black family and we exist.
True.
What are your thoughts?
Man, I mean, you just opened up, and I don't know how much time we have. I know you just opened up a door to the Moynihan Report. And the Moynihan Report, as you know, I know, one of the biggest things that it did in the black community is it said, okay, black women should be able to go and take care of families, but they cannot receive any type of government support if the man is in the house.
Facts.
Right? So all of that came out of that report.
Yes.
Right? So that set women up to start taking care of the family by themselves. We can't really count on men because men are allowed to be in the home. And I think that from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, that idea continued to get stronger and stronger. And then there were systems in place where it put our men in jails.
Facts.
You know, so now we have men who are strung out, men who are going to jail on ridiculous crimes.
Yes.
And once again, the split up of the black family.
Yes.
When women had to take care of it all by themselves. So you do that a couple of generations, all the way through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and here we are in 2024. It makes sense that you're going to see women saying we don't need men, woman power, girl magic, and all of that kind of stuff. Because for generations, I haven't been able to depend on the man because society has pulled us apart.
So it's definitely by design, but there are brothers who are like yourself, who puts family first. We don't get the notoriety. We don't get it's the ones who are not, and they're the minority, not the majority. All right, rapid fire. I'm gonna throw some questions out there at you.
Okay.
And you, and I just want to get your. It's my shot.
It's your shot.
Yeah, because and as you can see,
I'm winning. Go ahead.
We're gonna see how this game ends, people. And you're not. You have 3 balls to my 2.
That's what she said.
When you got 3 balls, you a bad brother. You a bad brother. Favorite celebrity crush?
Halle Berry. Now her. It used to be Halle Berry.
Okay.
That was her.
I like both of those. Yeah, her can get it.
Her is beautiful, man. And talented on multiple levels.
I'm gonna take her, Holly,
okay,
and Megan Good.
Megan Good.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make Oprah watch.
Oprah watch.
Yeah, she's gonna be filming it.
Wow.
Yeah, we gonna get it in.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna get it in.
I can see that.
We gonna get it in.
Okay.
Favorite vacation destination?
Favorite vacation then Paris.
Okay. Favorite movie?
No, shoot, Ghana.
Ghana, yes.
Yes.
Okay, I cried. Yes, same here.
Yes.
Favorite movie of all time?
X.
That's my dude.
Yeah.
Probably my Stilo G. Favorite movie, I want to touch on that for a second. I just recently saw One Love.
Okay.
The Bob Marley.
Okay, I saw it.
That was the second movie I cried in. The first one being X. Because I'm such El Haj Malik Shabazz, aka Malcolm X. My other father. Same way with Brother Marley, like what they stood for our people, and just wanting peace and love, just wanting us to transcend the foolishness and be above. You know what I'm saying? Just like when they transcended time, they was just in a different stratosphere. But just having a mindset that we have to love our people more than they love themselves, or love our people more than they hate themselves.
That part.
And they understood that.
That part.
And they gave their life. One brother died at 38, the other one died at 36. You know what I'm saying? So you know how beautiful it is to be in our 50s, brothers, and say like, wow, we still out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Getting it in and still out here saying like, and our heroes, Martin Luther King, I think he was 37, 38. Our heroes died at such a young age.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I definitely agree with that. Favorite sex position?
Doggy style.
Marvin or Stevie?
Marvin.
Dude, get off there, man. Favorite part of the female body?
Ass. I mean, my last name can't be Bass.
Bass. You know, I never thought about that.
Man, that was my torment name when I was growing up.
Is that right?
Bass with that ass. And when I became a DJ in college,
okay,
we used to DJ in the cafeteria.
Okay.
And there used to be these sisters there. It's like, Bass, DJ C. Bass, spanking that ass, spanking that ass, spanking that. Every single Thursday.
Oh, wow.
They would come up, spanking that ass, spanking that ass.
With DJ C. Bass.
DJ C. Bass. The nasty.
Anything you want to say before, what do you want to say in closing before we get up out of here, brother?
In closing, we don't get enough opportunities to do this right here, where brothers are sharing,
yes,
you know, brothers are loving, brothers are just talking. We don't have enough of these opportunities, so I want to thank you.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
You're my brother, you're my family,
yes, sir.
You're my friend, you know, so
yes, sir.
we're going to connect, but I'm saying more of this. So I'm looking forward to these episodes continuing.
Yes,
I need
sir.
you to keep doing it, man, not just for you,
yes, sir.
not just for me, but for the brothers out there who need this. You called it the barbershop.
Yes.
For a reason.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on. Keep on coming.
Dr. Christopher Bass, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, y'all write letters to CAU, tell them to get this man his own statue outside the university, 15 years in a row, Professor of the Year. I mean, we talked about sex, we talked about love, we talked about the misunderstanding today. And again, people, you cannot hear what you don't reveal. The purpose of this show is just, again, getting brothers together, talking about where they are in their life and their relationships, and just wanting to heal. All right, see y'all next go round. I want to thank JD, aka JD, my super producer, for coming through as usual and doing what she does. So when y'all get a chance, make sure y'all follow her, make sure y'all show her some love, and because she's amazing at what she does. And she's an Aries, so guys out there, or, you know what I'm saying, people out there understand, y'all know what the Aries mean, so we'll talk about that one later. Peace out.